guys. So reading the Bible can be very, very frustrating, and it's a real struggle for me. And throughout the whole throughout the years, excuse me, I really, really had a hard time reading the Bible, comprehending the Bible, finding time to read the Bible. It was very confusing. The language to understand, the story of in the Bible can be confusing, and there's so many different versions. Like for example, there's the King James version, the new in international version, the ESV version, the NLT version, and I tried reading majority of the Bible, and again, it was so confusing for me, so confusing. Like for example, like you don't even know where to start, where to begin, which version to read that you can understand and comprehend. And I even tried to read the King James, and it was just too hard for me, too difficult, and I just couldn't read it. I really was struggling with it so much. So I'm like, X, no. And I tried this Bible called the Action Bible, and basically it's the same. It's more like cartoonish, more for like kids, and you would think you're an adult, Cheryl. So why are you reading the Action Bible um, cartoon? And to me, I thought it would be more easier for me to comprehend, like break it down for me to understand. And I did purchase that book, and I still have it. And I read it a couple of times, but again, I could not engage in it for some weird reason. You would think I would because the artwork is just beautiful, and maybe I would just more memorize of the artwork than reading the material and understanding the whole story about the Bible. So that did not work for me at all. And then I'm like saying to myself, what am I going to do? Because in the past, I was just reading a Bible just to read it. And it was really frustrating to me that I could not understand what I'm reading. I'm just reading it to get by, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to have that feeling. Have you ever had that feeling you were stuck in something, but you can't move on because you're stuck on that certain thing, and then you just trying to comprehend and trying to understand the language of the Bible, and that was me. It was just really hard for me to take the time to read it. And I was very intimidated of the Bible. Yeah, I was very, very intimidated that I just feel like maybe I should not read the Bible. And on top of that, I go to Bible study every Wednesday online, and I felt so intimidated because the people that's on the Bible in the Bible study and online, to me they're so smart, they're so knowledgeable about the Bible in and out. And when the person who's doing the Bible study, each one of us, we take turns to read, and when each person reads a verse, and say for example if we're studying the book of John or the book of Matthew, whatever, and everyone has they read a certain verse in the Bible, I don't understand what they're reading. You get what I'm saying? Like I participate, I read as well, but my frustration is, and why I get so intimidated when other people read it, I don't understand what they're reading, and that was like a real frustrating part for me, like not understanding what they're reading. And then when you know the person who's doing the Bible study has questions, and some people have the answers too, and it's like I just feel like so dumb. I just feel like so dumb and not knowledgeable and not wise, not knowing the Bible, and it really really intimidated me. It made me feel like very small, very not smart, not very intelligent. That everyone, I was comparing myself basically. I was comparing myself to the group that they were so knowledgeable, that they know the Bible inside and out because they read it for a very long time, and it probably took them time too to understand. Everyone comprehends and learn faster than others, differently than others. And for me, I really, really had a hard struggle throughout my life reading the Bible. I tried, and then I just like, okay, just brushed it on the side. Then I tried again, brushed it on the side. And it was just like, maybe I should not be reading the Bible, but that's not the answer, because I should read the Bible. I should know what verses and what chapters readings are, if that makes sense. Like I should know when I'm reading something, I should understand and comprehend what the Bible is saying. You know what I mean? Because the Bible is stories. It's stories about what happened before we were even born, and it's amazing. And people were witnessing, signs and wonders and miracles. What has Jesus done? And people were recording it. And even though I hear people talking about it constantly, it's that I couldn't relate to it, if that makes sense. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, the door was open. I'm like, do we have a ghost around here? Because I'm talking about the Bible and the door literally just opened, you guys. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening here? What's happening? Someone's trying to stop me from talking, but that's not happening because I'm going to continue to talk and move forward. So, continue on, like I was saying. So, I just feel like maybe I shouldn't read a Bible, but I wanted to read a Bible. I was curious, and plus I wanted to learn. So one of my best friends told me, you know what, Cheryl, you're having a hard time reading the King James version, the other versions of the Bible. How about if you read the ERV, which is easy to read version. So she ordered the Bible for me, and then when I got the Bible, I have to say, you guys, the language was so easy to comprehend and so different from the King James version and the other versions of the Bible. It was just so simpler and easier. But the thing is, you guys, I still had an issue trying to comprehend what I'm reading. Like, where to even start? Do I start in the book of Genesis? Do I even start from the Old Testament or the New Testament? And I started, the book of Proverbs. And when I read the book of Proverbs, I definitely can relate to the book of Proverbs because I was going through my own struggles in life. And when I read the book of Proverbs, I feel like that verse was meant for me to read first. Because I tried to read the book of Genesis, the beginning, and to be honest with you, I got bored. I shouldn't get bored, but I got bored. I'm just going to be real with you. I got bored and I lost focus, if that makes sense. And I just I started and then I stopped. And then I kept skipping, pages and started this chapter. And then again, I could not engage in the Bible. I tried and I couldn't. And someone told me, just try to read a verse that you think that you can relate to. And that's when I was reading the book of Proverbs, and I can relate to it so much to the point that I read it 3 times, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I, now that I'm reading the book of Proverbs and I understand it, it's relatable to me because things that's going on in my day in life. Okay, maybe once I'm done with that book, I can read another chapter. Again, I tried and nothing was sitting, nothing was comprehending to me, especially during like Bible studies when we read the book of John or the book of Matthew. I'm just trying to think of other stuff other chapters that we read throughout the years, different chapters, and I still could not comprehend what people were reading and the meaning behind it. And that was really frustrating to me at some point because, like I said, I just don't want to read a Bible and just to read it just to get through it. You know what I mean? I want to read it so I can comprehend, so I can understand what they went through, what Jesus went through and his followers and everything, his apostles. And what really, really opened my eyes, to be honest with you, was not the Bible. It was The Chosen. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the show, The Chosen. It's on Prime and other networks too. But I saw the first season of the Chosen with my best friend in New York, and it was fascinating. It was so good, so fascinating, and I told myself, when I get back home, I'm gonna, continue to watch it. But unfortunately, I couldn't because I guess they had it in certain network that you had to pay, and I'm like, forget this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna wait until it's free. And life got the best of me, and I totally forgot about it until most recently. My husband was telling me, I'm watching The Chosen. I'm like, what? And coming from him, that's huge because again, he's coming back to his faith, which is amazing. And for my husband to say that he's watching The Chosen, it was amazing. So we both binge watched it because there's 5 seasons. I already watched season 1 with my best friend in New York, so I had to watch season 2 through 5. And when I watched season 2, and now I'm in season 4, finishing season 4, and then catch up to season 5 because apparently we're going to have a season 6, so I have to get ready. But when I watched season two, you guys, my world has changed. You know what I mean? My mind has changed, meaning that I understood what was going on. Like it was just clarity for me. Like I understood the story, the back end, what was all happening. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I got the Bible and I started reading. And guess where I started? The book of John. And when I read the book of John, everything that correlated to the chosen, you know what I mean, to the T. And I told my husband, oh my gosh, I finally understand. I understand why he had his followers. I understand why Matthew did what he did. Matthew was a tax collector, and they spoke about it so many times in Bible study, you guys, and I did not understand at all. But then when I watched The Chosen and actually read the Bible, like one on one, just myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, like the light bulb just came up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I said, this is amazing. Now I understand like the four gospels, John, Luke, Matthew, and see, I always forget that. John, Luke, Matthew. See what I'm saying? I paused. John, wait. The four gospels is John, Luke, Matthew. Oh, help me, God. Help me, guys. I'm going to get this because I've been studying this, and for help me, God, I'm going to get this. And I don't want to have a cheat sheet and grab my Bible. So the four gospels, it's Luke, Matthew, John, not Peter, not Simon. Oh my gosh. I said Matthew. Matthew, John. Oh my gosh, now I have to go cheat. So hold that thought. Excuse me. This is going to kill me. This drives me crazy, and I should get this. Mark. I always forget about Mark. I don't understand. And this is like the New Testament. And I just, it's just stuck in my brain. Okay? So I'm sorry, guys. So John, Matthew, Luke, and John. Yeah. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are the four gospels. And those were his these were his followers as well. And they're the one that also, saw all the signs and wonders and the miracles and everything. And then once I comprehend by reading the book of John, and I'm actually reading the book of John, I understand now. And you guys don't understand how amazing that is. Like you read a Bible and you just reading, you don't know what you're reading. You can't comprehend what you're reading. For the first time in 45 years of life, I'm actually understanding the Bible, and I can't believe this, and it's never too late, but I actually understand it. I understand what they're going through, what they went through, the trials and tribulations with, the Gentiles, them traveling, and, having that faith and that trust, and, having, humility, and just going through the things that they go through in life, and what's said in the Bible that we can relate to in our real life. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing to actually understand that and what these people were going through. You know what I mean? The Jewish people back then, and traveling to Jerusalem, and what other places. It's just amazing. You know what I mean? And I can't express how relief I feel that I know so much already in the book of John, and I have a long way to go, you guys. It's just only the beginning. But the fact of the matter is, now I know where to start, and I started the book of John. I understand the language now, because before the language was so difficult for me to understand the Bible, and now that I have this ERV version, now the stories of what's happening in the book of John is not confusing to me how it was before. Throughout the years, it was very confusing. It was very intimidating to me to read and to comprehend and to be with a bunch of people who know the Bible left and right, and they know what they're talking about. They know what they're saying. When questions are given to them, they have the answers to it. And then me, I'm just like, confused, like this. This is how I am when I'm in Bible study and I'm reading. This is not it. This is how I am. Like, oh gosh, please don't call me. Please don't call me out. Please don't call me in. and ask me a question, because then I don't know and I tend to guess, and there's no right or wrong answers, but still other people have the right answer, and I just don't want to feel that way. I want to feel knowledgeable. I want to know that whatever question is given to me, that I have the answers to. It's not like, and also it's not like a competition, but it's good to know for myself too, so I can reference it to other people and I can tell them where to go. Like when people have questions that have questions for me, I can't even reference them in the Bible because I don't even know myself. That's why I'm still learning. It's like, how like you're a baby in Christ. I feel like I'm a baby in Christ when it comes to the Bible. Like I know that God exists. I'm a believer. I know all of that. It's just the real hard part for me at the time was just to understand the Bible and comprehend what the Bible is saying, and reading and understanding thoroughly, not just reading it just to read it, like say, okay, God, I read the Bible and I'm good. No, that's not how it works. I want to read something, I want to comprehend, I want to understand what I'm reading. And I feel like The Chosen really helped me a lot. It really did, because by watching The Chosen from start to finish, and actually and applying it to the Bible, and everything from the season from The Chosen to the Bible is accurate to the T. And I'm not just saying that, it really is accurate, especially that I'm reading the book of John. And it's just amazing, how they saw witnesses have, Jesus healing the homeless, the cripple, the the man in the pool, all these the little boy, everything. You know what I mean? It's just amazing, and it's like I was like telling my husband, I can't even put the Bible down now because I'm just like reading it constantly that I can't even put it down. That's how obsessed I am right now, just reading, because I just don't want it to go away. I don't want this, this feeling to go away that I'm going to like um, not comprehend, but how can I be? You know what I mean? Because God is giving me knowledge and wisdom to understand the word, to understand the Bible. And then I can just teach it to other people once I fully comprehend, what I'm reading. And I am reading John, and I am understanding the book of John. And I know there's other verses that, that it's going to, that I need to learn also, and comprehend, but it's going to take time. Nothing's easy overnight. But what I can say, that I'm just like blessed and thrilled that for the first time in my 45 years of life, that I understand the Bible. I understand what I'm reading. And until you understand where I'm coming from and how I'm feeling, that's the best feeling in the world, because you just don't understand how a person like me was so stuck throughout the years and not understand what they're reading. It can be so hard and so frustrating that it can be very discouraged. Like you just don't want to pick up the Bible and read because there's just so many words and so many things to understand. And also it can be so overwhelming. It can be. I'm not gonna lie to you, it can be so overwhelming. But I can tell you this is my journey. Every person's journey is different, but this is my journey, and I'm so completely blessed, and there's no words to express this. And like I said, if you are in this journey to start reading the Bible, you should obviously pick a version that's best for you, that you can read, that you can comprehend, that's easy for you. I'm not going to suggest to you guys which Bible to pick because everyone is different. I had to go through different Bibles, and I picked the one that was best for me, and I'm glad that I did. And now that I'm in this journey right now, reading the book of John, and then hopefully once I'm done, I'm going to continue to read First John, and then the Second John, and then continue working my way up. So I'm going to start with the Old Testament. I'm not going to start with the New Testament because I don't know. It's just like Genesis and all this. I'm just going to wait for that later on. But I definitely want to start with the New Testament, and that's what I told you guys. I'm starting with the book of John first, and then First John, then Second John, and then Third John, and then work my way up or down, whatever. To then the next I want to read the Gospel. You know what I mean? And Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the four Gospels. And I going to start there, and then just continue to go where it leads me to go to read the Bible. But it's amazing now, and I I told God, thank you, for opening my eyes and giving me that wisdom and giving me that clarity to finally understand the Bible. And also, you guys, you should definitely check out The Chosen. It is amazing. Like, and I watch a lot of Bible movies, like Passion of the Christ. Great movie from Mel Gibson, who directed it. Very good. However, I just The Chosen. For some reason, I got it. I got it. Like, I understand it. You know what I mean? And it was just a big clarity for me, and it's just amazing. You guys should definitely check it out on Prime. Okay, The Chosen season 1 through 5 before season 6 starts, and I highly, highly recommend it. After I'm done here, I'm definitely going to finish season 4, work on season 5, and be ready for season 6 because it's just amazing. And that's all I'm going to say about that, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. That's it. I hope I'm not boring you guys with this, but for some reason, and I'm not making this up, I was led to just do a quick video about this. I don't know if anyone's going to be engaging to watch this because, there's a lot of people that's, not Christian, that's atheist, or not a believer, but I was led to do this video and to share my testimony with you guys, and I hope it resonate and help you guys if you guys are going through a journey like I am, that you trying to want to read the Bible for the first time, but you don't know where to go, you don't know where to start, and I'm just, just telling you my testimony and my suggestions where you should go, and find an easy version that works for you, and then you go from there. Find something you can that can help you to read it, to help you to comprehend it, and you go from there. This is not a marathon. You know what I mean? And I always thought that in my head that it's a marathon, it's a race to read the Bible and understand it quickly. No, it's not. It's going to take time to understand and comprehend what you're reading. And you just have to go by your pace and whatever that's best for you. And that's what I'm doing right now. Now that I understand what I'm reading and what I'm learning and how I can apply it to other people. If anyone have questions, now if there's a question, I know the answer to it, especially in the book of John. Other Bible, other chapters, not right now because again, I'm still learning. But again, everything is a learning curve and a learning process. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you so much, you guys, again for watching. That's it with me, Cheryl, and I will see you guys next time. Take care and God bless.